Alrighty, welcome to this video on volume. We're going to go ahead and we are going to think about how to calculate volumes of three shapes here in the 8th grade: cylinders, cones, and spheres. In previous grade levels, you've looked at prisms, different kinds of prisms, and pyramids. So these are the three shapes we're going to look at. They're all circular. They're all going to be related to the formula of a circle, which is for area would be pi r squared. Here, volume, remember volume is in cubic feet, cubic inches, because we have three dimensions: length, width, and height. We're going to go ahead and write these down. Remember, I will always give you these formulas. I won't make you memorize them, but they're not that complex. They all involve pi. So the volume of a cylinder is equal to pi r squared. That's the area of the circle, the base, times the height. So what we're going to do is we take those numbers into our calculator once we know the radius and the height, and we go ahead and get the volume. All right, for cone, very similar formula, but it's 1/3 pi r squared h. So what is interesting about the volume of a cone and a cylinder is it's related. If you have the same size base, meaning the same size circle, and the same height, the volume of the cone is 1/3 the volume of the cylinder. And then the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, we are going to use the pi button for all of our calculations, unless sometimes you'll get to a problem and it'll say use 3.14. Because remember, pi is equal to about 3.14. It is not exactly equal to 3.14, but 3.14 can be a good estimation. All right, so if you know the diameter, the radius is half. Remember, from your 7th grade math, the diameter is all the way across the circle. The radius is just to the center. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to look at the volume of 2 cylinders, 2 cones, and a sphere. All right, so here, what I like to do is I like to identify the radius is 5.5. The height is 7. The volume of all cylinders is pi r squared times the height. So what I'm going to do to calculate the volume of this cylinder, this is in meters. A meter is about 3 feet. So meters and yards are close to each other. A meter is maybe 39 inches. A yard is 36 inches. So pi times the radius squared times height. Now, I have to go to my calculator to figure out this answer. So we're going to open up our very favorite calculator. The pi button on your calculator is to the left of the 4. So look left of 4, hit pi, times the radius squared times the height. So we get 665.23 and some change. 2 decimal places is always good. So we are going to have 665.23. So 665.23. Now, when we are doing volume, you must give a unit. If you don't give a unit, I don't know what 665 is in reference to. So this would be meters cubed. And what a meter cubed is would be, if you can think of literally a cube, that is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. All right, so let's go ahead and look at B. B is a cylinder on its side, okay? Doesn't matter if it's on its side. Height is distance between the bases. So H here is 30, because remember, you could always just take this cylinder and stand it up. Now, radius, do you see this little dotted line that's going all the way across? Whenever we have the dotted line going all the way across, what that is referencing is that 22 is the diameter. So that would make the radius here equal to 11. So now we just write down our formula, pi times 11 squared times 30. Now we go to our calculator. We do the math. Pi times 11 squared times 30. We get 11,403.98. So 11,000, I think it was 403.98. I'm gonna have to go double check myself. Yep. All right, now here our unit is yards, so it is yards cubed. That's a lot. That's a big, 30 yards, it's a big cylinder if you want to think about it. 30 yards is, almost half a football field. All right, now we've got volume of a cone. Remember, volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. As simple as can be, write down the height. Here the height is 6. The radius would be equal to 4, because that 8 meters is referencing the entire way through. I'm going to move this over here so a little bit more room. So then the volume would be equal to 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times 6. We're going to open up our calculator and we're going to type that in. 1/3 pi times r squared times h. So we get 100.53. Here we're back to meters. So this is going to be meters cubed. All right, I think you can pause this video and do the next one. So that would be my suggestion here. Hit the pause button, do the problem. All right, come back, let's watch me do it. Radius is equal to 4. Height here is equal to 13. Does not matter that we've slanted this down on its side. It's still a cone. Our volume will be equal to 1/3 pi times r squared times h. This goes into our calculator. 1/3 pi times r squared times h. I'm going to make sure I got those numbers right, 4 and 13. Yep. All right, we end up with 217.82. Don't forget to round. 217.82 inches cubed. All right, volume of a sphere. The diameter, that's an important word, of a small red beach ball is 8 inches. That is pretty small. Calculate the volume. Well, the volume formula for a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Here, if the diameter is equal to 8, this would imply that the radius is equal to 4. So now 4 goes in. So we're going to type in 4/3 pi times 4 cubed. So let's open up our calculator and do that. 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. 26808. 26808. Here we are in inches cubed. All right, quick review. Volume of 3 shapes we're going to work on: cylinders, cones, and spheres. Cylinders and cones are related. I guess they're all 3 related, but that's a different conversation. A cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder with the same radius and the same height. We're going to use pi button for all calculations unless a problem tells us to use 3.14, which is a decent estimation for pi. Pi does not equal 3.14. Pi is equal to close to 3.14. If you know the diameter, the radius is half. Okay, every one of these problems is going to go into our calculator, and then we are going to give a cubed unit. So if we start with inches, we end with inches cubed. All right, thank you for listening and following along. Well done.